So this video is on water whites. I already did one on land whites, so I should really go more into detail on that one. Land whites, I mean water whites. I keep doing that too. Water whites. They're sometimes called knack or knock. Um, I think the German nixies or Germanic nixies are like the same thing. They're basically like they're like land or water creatures sort of thing. Like I guess you could say a mermaid would be like a land or a water white. I keep saying land white in a way that they're just water beings, like water fairies or something, if you want to form an equivalent. But like I said, with land whites, who are they're more like hospitable towards humans, depending on how you treat them, and there's different sort of rules with them. But water whites are not so much. They, because let's see, like the look at it this way, like they take on the character of their environment. Like a land white, their environment is usually more not as changing. Like it'll change with the seasons and everything, but it's more sturdy and strong, and that kind of doesn't. Other than like the seasons changing and the weather and everything, nothing really changes. Whereas that you can see really, whereas the water is constantly moving, and when there's a storm, it rages and it's flowing and it's perilous. Like I mean, if you go in the boat, a lot of times there was the um, the problem of drowning, crashing into something. So the sea took a lot of lives, or you could say the river or streams and other things too have taken lives. So they view the water whites as more of not so nice creatures. Even the goddesses and the gods that rule the waters are not as friendly. Aegir is the god of the sea, and his wife is Ran, and both don't really have very good associations. I mean, it's strange because they still have a good connection with the gods of the Norse gods. Like the Thor's gone down there. He brought a giant cauldron and he brewed. He used the cauldron to make a huge brew of something in Ajir's hall, and then they've gone down there for feasts and whatnot. But a lot of the times when somebody dies in the water, they say that it's somebody who's been given to Ran, the goddess Ran. So water whites are not really something I would like. A lot of times people say, "Oh, I gave this offering to the Fae," or "I did this," or and I guess you could do the same with land whites. But water whites are a little more temperamental. I think they're a little scary, and I wouldn't say that they're bloodlusting really, but that they have a not evil sort of energy with them, but that a darker energy. And that's only just my own personal opinion and view on them. I actually love the water, but I fear the water at the same time. I'm Cancer, well, Cancer Leo cusp. And so I have like this pull, this drive to go into the water a lot, but then I fear what's in it. So you just learn one of my fears. And I think that's because, and I think maybe my fear stems from like other people's fears about the same thing because you can't see. Like if you're on land, you can go and you can see things ahead of you, see what's coming. But you're in the water, you can't really see. I think that's maybe what one of the fears that turned into different mythological things where they're afraid of the water. And I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Also talking about gods of the sea, Ajira and Ran, sorry if I say their names wrong, I say everybody's names wrong. Their daughters are the 9 wave maidens, who are the mothers of Heimdall. So Heimdall has that connection with the water as well. So I guess you can't say that it's truly that all land whites are land whites, water whites, or water Edens, water giants, whatever you want to consider them, are supposedly darker or evil. Because I never really viewed the 9 wave maidens as something that was like an evil force. I sort of saw them like as this beautiful sort of collection of maidens, collective of maidens or something. Um, Another thing that I was thinking about with the water whites is that, and I've seen in different cultures the idea that to bring like a mermaid to you or to bring like a water creature to you so that you can get information from the sea or to get a blessing or something is to throw gold in the water or treasures of sorts. That's why they also talk about, I mean, a lot of times I think that's why they talk about treasure at the bottom of the sea or creatures attacking ships to take the treasure out of it. I know that's not always the case, but I've seen it in a couple of different stories. Because in the Norse mythology, they say it's really wise to always carry a bit of gold with you, because in case when you're out at sea, because in case you drown, Ran is more likely to welcome you better, or catch you in her net and then take you to her hall and welcome you better. It'd be more personable towards you if you have gold to give her. So they always carried gold, or they say you should always carry gold in your pockets when you go out to sea. Also, another thing with the water whites, considering that the bad connotations with them, there's also a lot of times they're not considered just water wights because they do go on land sometimes too, depending on what type of wight it is. Because take the thing of Grendel and his mother, they're water wights, but they go on land. They come from their home in the water, and they come out and they wreak havoc basically. Those are extreme versions of them, though. Not all water wights are like that. Um, I think Grendel just has issues or something. Um, yeah, and there's also the Marbendil. I hope I'm saying it right. That are, I think they're like half dwarf or half like little kind of person, and half seal. So they're kind of like mermaids, I guess. But they're not so ill. Like they're not really malicious or anything either with some of the water wights. They, if you see one, they're supposed to be warning you like an ill omen. They're like an ill omen. They're warning you of a storm or something like that is about to happen in the water. So because so some land wights that do the same because they, like with land wights and water wights, and somebody's calling me, so I'm gonna turn that off. They have space sight, so they have like this magical sight, like foresight of things. They can see what's coming. So sometimes if they're connected with humans or if they feel softening for humans, they will warn humans of what's to come, because a lot of humans don't have this special sight. So that just proves that not all water wights are evil per se or anything. And yeah, I think that's all I have on water wights. If I forgot anything, I will make another video of them. Of course, there's always more to them when I'm telling, but I like to give the general gist of things so that you can start your own research, and then as you find new things, it keeps taking you along your path. So yeah, thank you for watching my video.